And we're back for another on the side detail. This is on a, I forget the year, Toyota Camry. We did a full interior cleaning and a express spray wax on the exterior. If you want to know the tools and products that we use, check the description box down below. And if you want the popular guide on the 9 services you can offer in your detailing business, if you're looking to start one, check the description box down below for that guide as well. I hope you enjoy this video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is our third vehicle for the day, but unfortunately I'm only filming the last one because it's the last one and we're good with time here. You can see the real greasiness. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but you can feel the greasiness from the dressing that they've used, or that the car wash use wherever they go get their car washed. Seats are moderately dirty for cloth. See right here, on the seams there. Hopefully it's picking up fine. Steering wheel, as per typical, it's a lot of filth on the built up on the steering wheel. So it's primarily definitely the seats more than anything. Door panel, just a quick scrub down. The door jambs themselves aren't looking that bad. So as per usual, there's all gonna be like some dirt built up here, or like some dust and debris built up in there, in the cracks and crevices. Normal. I'm gonna take these out, vacuum them. These don't need much really. Some toys. Oh, what's this? I think it's candy. All right. So here, let's see if you can see these. So there's some. I'm trying to look at the camera so I can show you guys. So there's some right here. Of course, the whole seat's gonna be cleaned, but just kind of pointing out the specific areas that are dirty. That'll get wiped down super easily. Trying to remove this jean jacket, and this one's a bit more filth on it. You got some stainage here, got some stain right there. Overall, it is dirty, and it will be looking a lot better once we're done. That'll be a good thorough vacuum. Got some, what is that? Not sure. All right, and this seat, not as used, not as dirty. Was again still will be cleaned, but this side looks much cleaner than that side for sure. And let's look at here. Is this a silicone window cleaner? Nice. I think this has a dressing as well. Alright, should take about like 2 hours in total, or not even, maybe like an hour and a half to do the interior. And per usual, for extraction now, we're using the Aqua Pro Vac there. So we take the clean water tank out to fill it up with water. That's the recovery tank. We don't use any cleaner in it, just pure water. And we got a bigger container now to fit everything in one, so that helps out a little bit. The generator, but we're not going to use it because they have power, so it'll be hooked up there. All 3 customers today, I'm sorry, the first customer we needed the generator, the second customer they had power, the third customer, which is here, they have power as well. Okay, starting off with the basics is we're going to start vacuuming the seats just to make sure we remove most of the debris. So when we start spraying, agitating, and extracting, we're actually just getting out the actual gunk that's in the seats, not just some loose debris that's easily removed. And here I'm using my super clean diluted 10:1 in a pump spray bottle, using an upholstery brush just to agitate and lift everything from the fibers up to the top surface, which will then start extracting with the Aqua Pro Vac extractor. Now, just to clarify, when the camera's not recording, right, when we're just working, we don't extract like that. The reason why he's getting behind the seat is because so it's a better shot with the camera. If he's standing in front of the seat, then he's pretty much blocking the entire view. So when we have the camera on, he goes behind the seat. That way, I still get a good shot. Typically, we sit on the seat and extract up. So it's a little weird in that position, but it's good for the shot. Now, when you're using an extractor, you don't have to put that much down pressure. Like, you don't have to put 15 pounds of down pressure thinking like that's gonna help. You really want to focus on the pre-agitation phase, because it's never just one thing, right? Like, if you think just the extractor is gonna do something, it's not. If you think just the agitation is gonna do something, it's not. If you think it's just a cleaner, it's not. You really want to combine all three to work in a very efficient manner. So if you think the extractor is gonna do all the job, or if you have like a weaker extractor, then definitely focus more on the agitation part, more so than the actual extraction part, especially if you have a weaker machine.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
And this is why it's so helpful to have two people on a job. That you get so much more work done when you're able to have two extra hands with you. So as I'm agitating the seat, he's extracting. As I'm vacuuming, he's working on the door panels. So you know what would normally take me 4-ish, 5-ish hours, we knock out in under 2 hours because there's two hands. Now there's a pretty big learning curve when you do add someone to your team. Like, you don't just literally overnight cut down your time in half. You do have to get a system down where you both know what exactly you're doing, because then you don't want to just like every detail. In the beginning, every detail you're simply gonna walk them through the process. But once you get the rhythm, once you guys start working more in synergy and you get a better workflow going down, having a helper, you can knock out so many more cars. And this is very helpful, especially if you're still like a full-time job and you don't have every day to work on detailing. You can still do a lot of details if you have someone to help you, so you can cut down the time. So if you can find like a partner or a helper of some sort while you have that full-time job, you can still service plenty of customers somewhat and still do it in an efficient time because you have help. So if you couldn't tell, or if I haven't told you already, I'll start off, we'll vacuum the seats first, and then he'll or I, or one of us will start agitating the seats. Once that seat is done, the next person, the extractor guy, just starts extracting the top part, or something in that combination. So it's definitely working in tandem on the seats, because once you get done with the seats on just about any deep interior cleaning on a vehicle, once you're done with the seats, you've already accomplished like 60% of the work. So as soon as we get done with the seats, we're already done with most of the vehicle. Then it's the door, and the rest of the vehicle isn't that dirty, so it's just like quickly just going through everything else. So once the seats are done, the rest of the job becomes easy. Can you see me? The rest of the job becomes easy, and then we'll move and tackle the exterior. And I didn't timestamp when we got here, but I think it was like 2:15-ish. So now, can you see that? It is now 3 o'clock. So it took us, he's extracting the last seat right now, so that's gonna take him maybe like another 3 minutes or so, and then we're done with the seats altogether. There's nothing special going on here. I'm literally just vacuuming the floor mats. But just goes to show, like, if you're doing a deep interior cleaning, that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna have to thoroughly clean everything in the interior. These floor mats, they don't get a lot of traffic. There wasn't any stains. They didn't have an odd smell to them. So just a thorough vacuuming does fine. That won't always be the case. There's plenty of times where they look clean, but they're actually very dirty. But it's gonna be a case by case basis. Just a vacuum and they're brand new again. And then as you see, I'm moving out of the shop because I'm stacking the mats somewhere else so they don't get debris on them. So what I do is, like, I'll just stack it like this and then match it for like a fiber to fiber, and then plastic to plastic, and then fiber to fiber. That way, like, I don't know, I'm assuming like if I put this on the fabric part, then all that dirt is gonna get in there. But if I match them up, then I guess it'll stay a bit cleaner, right? I don't know, but that's what I do.
Huh?
Oh, you're in the door panels?
Yeah.
Alright, so seats are extracted, they're all done, right?
Yeah.
So seats are extracted. The floor mats just got finished. He's working on the door panel, and this is like maybe at like 45-50-ish minutes now. Alright, here's the door panel. I'm gonna try to clean this while holding the camera. I actually haven't done this in forever, so let's see how... Oh crap, I already did a mistake. So let's see how this turns out. Obviously that's not gonna work out. Hopefully I'm not going to get you guys nauseous. Last video I did a while back, a lot of people were saying they got nauseous. I'm sorry. So this is not that bad. There's not much that needs to be cleaned here. Let's inspect by doing this number here. So a little bit, can't really tell. Little bit of gunk coming off. Okay, let's spray here. So I didn't spray onto the actual electronics. I sprayed right there on the bottom. Okay, take this as well. You got the upholstery brush on you? For this part, so it's not hot outside, the door panel's not hot, so I can work it in a longer area, longer working time, without worrying about it drying up on me. Get this brush, get the bits of area. Again, never reach down here without inspecting what's inside so you don't get any type of cut or anything, because there are some horror stories about that. You can see this on the side, it's really dirty right there. Sprit sprat. And that's taken care of. I almost fell. And I'll wipe it all down. Get your fingers in there to dry it out. So here you can actually, like, you can't really tell, but there's some residue, some solution in there. So what I do is I simply just blow it out as that, or I'll use the big brush, the big red brush, the dry brush, to get that, to work that out, because he's the one that's sitting there. And you can't even see me, my bad. Alright. And that's a clean door panel. There you go. Alright, so let's get this. Or do you need any brush, Tony? No?
No.
You get your towel, wipe that down. Bada bing, bada boom, looking much better. Wipe that down. There, do spritz and sprats. Get your brush. Wipe it down with your towel. And we're looking good. Let's inspect here the B pillar. Doesn't look too bad. So I'll give it a few light mists, and then I'll literally just wipe it down with a towel. I'll raise it up just to check the underneath. Drop it again, check the top, and just wipe it down. And then I'll just wipe that part down, which I already did, so I didn't show you guys. And then here, I'll literally just spray, scoot, scoot, skirt, skirt, and then I'll wipe it down. Literally, as seen on TV. Alright, so door panels check, seats check, floor mats over there checked. So now it's just the dashboard, maybe wiping down, well, wiping these down. So maybe in 20 minutes, and we are done. And just a time stamp myself, it is 3:14. So let's say in 20 minutes. So what's 20 plus 14? Carry the 4, 16, 24. Subtract by 7. Carry over the 5. So 3:34 we should be done. Well, not exactly 3:34, but close enough. So we have finished 98% of the vehicle. I just need to clean the glass and the windows, but I'm gonna do that at the very end after the wash and wax, just because that's what I'm gonna do. So that wraps up the interior. Anthony's just putting them back, formats. For the most part, I'd say there at least, and this is the last seat that we did, so this is gonna be the most most damp seat. I'd say it's like 70% dry already. If we go to the front one, which is the front passenger, the second seat that we did, this is 90% dry. Yeah, and it's not that hot outside. It's not that hot, and it's already the end of the day. So that means, it's just not. What is this doing here? It's not as warm. This is, still a little damp right here, but nothing too biggie. Let's check this here. Yeah, it definitely feels more. If it was hotter outside, because it's towards we've been in shade the entire time. If we were in straight heat, which isn't really recommended, they'd look a lot better. They'd be more drier. And then I was the one that touched up this, so that's why it looks so marvelous. That's actually there's actually a lot of filth right here on the side and such. Not so much here on these turn signals or anything. I got that I cleaned up. Cleaned up. Yep, looking good. Now let's get on the exterior. Okay, so this is actually going to be an express wash and wax. So we're still going to wash, clean the tires, wheels, and they're just hubcaps, so no biggie. Wash, clay, and then we're going to wax, but with Optima car wax. So wash, clay, before we dry, we're going to spray this on and dry at the same time as we're going to apply the wax as we're drying it. 2-in-1, still works great. Alright, so for those that are doing this as a business, this is an express wash and wax. So either it could be because the customer is on a budget, they don't want to spend that much money, they're going to sell it, they just bought it, they're going to give it as a gift to someone, whatever the case may be. This is a much affordable version than your traditional wax or sealant that you apply, just because you're doing everything in almost one step. The wash, the clay, you spray the spray wax, and as you dry, you're applying it and removing it at the same time. And this literally, I mean, even if I did this, I pretty much did this by myself. I think we did it within like 30 minutes, completing the entire vehicle, because there's just nothing to it. So not every customer is gonna want to pay for everything, right? First of all, not a very small percentage of the population wants any type of paint correction or paint enhancement or any polishing done. A little bigger percentage of the population wants a wash and wax and pay like a decent price for it. So this type of express spray wax, where it's super easy, doesn't take too much time, you still get great results. The customer loves it. It's a great option that gets the job done. And as you can tell, the vehicle wasn't that dirty to begin with, and unfortunately, the camera didn't really do it justice in terms of the settings that I have on. In person, it did look glossier once we were done. It didn't really catch it that well, especially because it was gray in the camera. But it did turn out pretty well once we were done. Okay, and that wraps up this vehicle. Sorry I didn't get it before. Just because we wanted to keep on working. Wheels or tires are dressed up, wheels are scrubbed down. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I can really show you guys. I mean, it's a silver car, so the scratches, well, it always looks good here because it's silver. So not much going on there. I touched the windows. Let me clean the fender, well, the fender liner thingamabobber. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It is 4:20 and we started at like 2:15, so a little over 2 hours.